Jonathan Franzen. What's wrong with the modern world? Vertical line books. Vertical line The Guardian. Turn autoplay off. Turn autoplay on. Please activate cookies in order to turn autoplay off. Jump to content S. Jump to comments C. Jump to site navigation 0. Jump to search for terms and conditions 8. Edition, UK US O. Your activity. Email subscriptions. Account details. Linked services. Profile mobile. About us. About us. Australia team. Contact us. FAQs. Press office. Jobs. Terms of service. Privacy policy. Advertising guide. Guardian Weekly. Subscribe. How to subscribe. Guardian Weekly. Email services. Ebony. Android. .gsc Control CSE width 25 rem exclamation point important. Padding 0. Float right. Input.gsc search button background color. Number sign PDDDD. Border color. Number sign PDDDD. Input.gsc search button hover background color. Number 999. Border color. Number 999. News. World. Sport. Comment. Culture. Business. Environment. Science. Travel. Technology. Life and style. Data. TV. Video. Culture. Books. Jonathan Franzen. Jonathan Franzen. What's wrong with the modern world? While we are busy tweeting, texting and spending, the world is drifting towards disaster, believes Jonathan Franzen, whose despair at our insatiable techno-consumerism echoes the apocalyptic essays of the satirist Karl Kraus. The great hater news, Amazon model favors yankers and braggers, says Jonathan Franzen. Share. Tweet this. Email. Jonathan Franzen. The Guardian, Friday, September 13, 2013, 23.3580 ST. Jump to comments. Jonathan Franzen confesses to feeling some version of Karl Kraus's disappointment when a novelist who I believe ought to have known better succumbs to Twitter. Illustration, Mark Lazenby. Karl Kraus was an Austrian satirist and a central figure in Fin de siècle Vienna's famously rich life of the mind. From 1899 until his death in 1936, he edited and published the influential magazine Die Fackel. The Torch. From 1911 onward, he was also the magazine's sole author. Although Kraus would probably have hated blogs, Die Fackel was like a blog that everybody who mattered in the German-speaking world, from Freud to Kafka to Walter Benjamin, found it necessary to read and have an attitude toward. Kraus was especially well known for his aphorisms. For example, psychoanalysis is that disease of the mind for which it believes itself to be the cure. And at the height of his popularity he drew thousands to his public readings. The thing about Kraus is that he's very hard to follow on a first reading. Deliberately hard. He was the scourge of throwaway journalism, and to his cult-like followers his dense and intricately coded style formed an agreeable barrier to entry. It kept the uninitiated out. Kraus himself remarked of the playwright Hermann Bahr, before attacking him, "If he understands one sentence of the essay, I'll retract the entire thing." If you read Kraus's sentences more than once, you'll find that they have a lot to say to us in our own media-saturated, technology-crazed, apocalypse-haunted historical moment. Here, for example, is the first paragraph of his essay Hind and the Consequences. Two strains of intellectual vulgarity, defenselessness against content and defenselessness against form. The one experiences only the material side of art. It is of German origin. The other experiences even the rawest of materials artistically. It is of Romance origin. Romance meaning Romance language, French or Italian. To the one, art is an instrument, to the other, life is an ornament. In which hell would the artist prefer to fright? He'd surely still rather live among the Germans. For although they've strapped art into the Procrustean folding bed of their commerce, they've also made life sober, and this is a blessing. Fantasy thrives, and every man can put his own light in the barren window frames. Just spare me the pretty ribbons. Spare me this good taste that over there and down there delights the eye and irritates the imagination. Spare me this melody of life that disturbs my own music, which comes into its own only in the roaring of the German workday. Spare me this universal higher level of refinement from which it's so easy to observe that the newspaper seller